Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about how to create a lit study schedule. That's right, we're gonna make an awesome study schedule. I'm gonna share with you guys a bunch of different study tips, study hacks, tricks, and make sure that you guys are studying smart and effectively so that you sit down at your desk and you get the most out of your study sessions. So I hope you find today's video helpful, and for those of you that don't have a copy of my study skills book, The High School Survival Guide, I'll leave it as a link down below because I go a lot more into detail about this topic in one of my chapters, and I actually cover a range of different study topics from how to study for exams to how to stop procrastinating. So there's a lot of different things in that book that I think you'll find really helpful, so do check it out. Also, I'm going to try and post up every Monday and Thursday for the next few weeks and see how that goes. If you guys enjoy that, I'm going to try and keep it up for the rest of the year as well because I have a lot of different video ideas and I really want to get them out to you guys and spread that study inspiration. So if you guys do want to see 2 videos a week, then just thumbs up this video or comment down below to let me know. Now it's time to get straight into today's video. So let's do this together. It's time to create an awesome study schedule. Now, contrary to what some of you guys might be thinking, a study schedule is not just about sitting down at your desk after school and doing your homework. It's a lot more about actually making it part of your daily routine. So it's a lot more than just doing your homework. It's about preparing for class and doing your weekly readings, writing down any questions and going over them with your teachers, reviewing your class notes, and also condensing your notes down into weekly summaries. Now, I was scrolling through Pinterest the other day, and it was a productive scrolling session though. I actually found a really helpful infographic that really summarizes this idea of having a study schedule as part of a daily routine, and it takes you through the different steps you should be checking off on a day-to-day basis to make sure that you're staying on top of your studies. So as you can see, there's a component for preparing for class. You want to review your notes daily, you want to condense them and review them weekly, and then you also want to have this monthly revision session because you want to be preparing for your exams as the year goes by and not just say 2 or 3 weeks before your final exams arrive. Okay, now I want to take you through some of my favorite tips that are really going to help you get the most out of your study time. So first off, you guys need to invest in a diary or a planner. Now, if you're at school, you might already be provided with a school diary, which is awesome. But if not, you can buy one from a local news agency. You can get one from Target, Kmart, KKK, Typo. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I will say though that I am still trying to find the perfect planner. I really like the planners that have a weekly layout just so that you can actually see your week ahead. A daily layout is great too because it does give you room to write all of your things down, especially if you have a lot of stuff that needs to be jotted down, but it doesn't actually give you this visual representation of your week, and that's something that I find I really need, especially when all of my days are quite different with the amount of work I need to do and the different sort of appointments that are coming up. Now, of course, the point of having a diary or planner is to make sure that you're utilizing it all the time. So every time you get any homework, any assignments, deadlines, you want to make sure that's all written down. And also, you want to schedule your little study appointments into your diary because, as I've said before, when you schedule your little study appointments in, you're more likely to actually commit to them and not end up doing something else and procrastinating and putting things off. And one little tip when it comes to scheduling in your study appointments, try and avoid studying similar subjects back to back. It just makes it a little bit more confusing and harder for your brain to consolidate it effectively without sort of getting mixed up between really similar information. Something else you might like to write down in your diary at the start of every week to really help you create an awesome study schedule and stick to it and also feel a lot more inspired or motivated is to write down your weekly goals. So think about what you want to accomplish for class or in your studies in general, whether it's to raise your GPA or feel more confident in maths or complete your homework on time, any sort of goals that are going to help you with figuring out what it is that you're working towards, rather than just sitting down at your desk and feeling like you're only studying because the teacher told you if you don't submit your homework, you'll get a punishment. So you really need to think about what it is that you're studying for or why you are so committed to your studies in the first place. It has to come from you and no one else. Now, if your workload is increasing and you have a lot of stuff to do every evening, then I really suggest that you guys tackle the hardest stuff first because you have the greatest amount of mental capacity, your focus is higher, your concentration is higher, your energy levels are higher as well. And if you can, try and figure out your peak energy periods of the day and aim to tackle the work at that point. So personally, I would always get home, make a snack, and then start studying straight away because I felt like that's when I had the most energy. And as the evening progressed, I'd start to get a little bit more tired and I just kind of wanted to finish up watch TV, have a bath, chill, and go to bed. So try and figure out your peak energy periods of the day and try and start studying at that time rather than watching TV or playing with your pets, because that's when you're going to be the most productive. Another thing I should say is when it comes to creating a lit study schedule, you've got to be consistent. So it's about making it into a daily habit. So as I said at the beginning, it should be like a daily routine, and you really need to have this consistency so that you actually stick to it. And it sort of just becomes second nature. The reality is when something's a habit, you are a lot less likely to procrastinate. A lit study schedule also means figuring out the best way to study, not just getting all of your work done, but getting it done efficiently and effectively. So try and figure out what kind of study techniques are going to work best for you. And I know that I've talked about the 4 kinds of learning techniques or learning styles in an older video, but just to give you a brief outline, think about using different visual techniques, auditory techniques, physical movement activities, or even reading and writing the information out multiple times. All of these different techniques work best for different kinds of information you're trying to learn, but it's really important to have some sort of variety in your study sessions and not just allow it to be something really mundane and repetitive. This tip is a fun one because it involves not studying, but it's actually really important as part of your study schedule, which is to take frequent breaks. And I know that I've talked about this so many times, so I'll be very brief on it, but I will leave a card up above that you can click, which is relating to one of my videos all about how to best use your study breaks and get the most out of that downtime, just so you can be more focused, re-energized, and ready to tackle your work again. So make sure that you're actually factoring in some downtime and some time away from your desk, because study schedules actually do need to include time that doesn't involve studying. And then the last 2 tips, they complement one another. So the first one is to log your time and see how long you're actually spending studying. I think this is a really good little time management hack, because when we track our time, we're able to see whether we're getting a lot of stuff done in that time frame and being as productive as we can, or whether we could really improve in our efficiency. Also, it does give you an indication as to whether you are studying enough for your classes, or whether you could probably afford to spend a little bit more time at your desk if all you've logged is 1 or 2 hours that evening. And then my final tip is absolutely crucial, which is to stick to your study schedule. So if you're putting all of these tips into practice and you're creating a study schedule that is part of your daily routine and it has become a habit, you're much more likely to stick to it and you shouldn't have a problem here. But it is really important that you do exercise some discipline at the very beginning, because it does take time to become second nature. So who is feeling like they are ready to create a lit study schedule? I really hope you guys found today's video helpful, and if you did, thumbs up to let me know. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel, Life with Jess. I'm vlogging quite regularly, so make sure to head over to that and subscribe. And I will see you guys in a couple of days with another video. I'm going to try and upload every Monday and Thursday for the next few weeks and see how that goes, because I really do want to be more active on this channel, and there's a lot of video ideas I have and I feel like there's just not enough time to do them in. So I want to try and post twice a week for you guys. So hope you're getting excited, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Mwah. Bye.